So, c4, knight f6, knight c3, d5. First question, if somebody wants to avoid Greenfield Indian, this is probably, he will play like this. But then 2 moves after, he enters in Greenfield Indian. So what was the reason for such a move order?
I don't know, better ask him, I guess. Obviously he was trying to read me in the opening with c4, but okay, it was his idea. Anyway, I was planning to play good Greenfield, so.
So after a couple of moves, you were right in the middle of a Greenfield Indian, one of the main lines, either knight f3, which is St. Petersburg variation, or this one with bishop c3 and the knight e2. So c5, knight e2, knight c6, bishop e3, castle, and now queen c7, and not that famous variation with exchange sacrifice on a1, so deeply analyzed.
Now quite popular also. So knight e5, also e6, there are lots of modern moves.
Yes. Rook c1 also, b6, everything is theoretical. Bishop b7 and now bishop b6. This is also a normal plan for white to eliminate this defense around your king. Because now your king remains without light pieces around him.
What to
do? Rook a d8, bishop takes g7, king takes g7 and f4.
Yeah, actually it's the first moment interesting because
okay.
Just I was preparing this line for you in Qatar, but okay, I also thought that f4 is maybe the most challenging move because I think queen e3 was previously played by queen e3 looked more innocent to us, but f4 looks more dangerous in some sense. And I just remember that okay, we looked to some queen move, and I just couldn't remember queen d6 or queen d7. And okay, basically I was choosing at the board between queen d6, queen d7, and I'm not sure that my choice is correct, queen d7. At least as bishop b5, I didn't like my position so much.
It looked very dangerous.
Yeah, no, maybe queen d6 is correct, or maybe I just totally confused everything here. But maybe some queen d6 if d5, knight a5, bishop d3, f5, c4 takes e6, I don't know, something like that. So it's maybe playable, but okay, I'm not sure. It's just some line. Okay, queen d6, e5, queen d7. I don't know. It's probably also can be.
You mean queen d6, e5?
E5, I don't know.
Yes.
E5 maybe just queen d7.
Just queen d7 back.
And okay, at least he doesn't have this f5 move now. So. And bishop e5 always has this queen d5 now. So.
Yes, you can go back.
In some lines. So. And if d5, knight a5, and bishop d3, maybe f5 to go.
If d5 instead of e5, then knight e5.
Yeah, and probably knight f5. If let's say bishop d3, then maybe
bishop d3, you
maybe f5.
f5 immediately.
Yeah. Okay, c4 I don't like because it gives this d4 square.
D4 square for the knight, who is already prepared to come to d4.
Yeah. Okay. If some c4, let's say I can take e6.
Take and d6.
Kind of strange play. Okay, anyway, okay, maybe this is not a good line at all, but queen d7 is obviously something wrong. Okay, bishop b5.
Bishop b5, it was a good decision to
yes,
exchange.
Quite unpleasant. Yes.
Quite unpleasant.
Yeah, queen d6 is just a tactical blunder. Okay, so after f5 white is almost.
You overlooked that you cannot take on e4, or maybe it was obvious that you cannot take on e4.
Okay, queen e4. Okay, I was calculating it, queen e4, rook e4.
Rook e4 and rook h4.
d5, rook h4, but it's probably over.
Looks extremely dangerous.
Knight takes d4 and then any move is winning. I think queen h6, king f6, knight f4 or f6.
Knight f4 is coming.
Or
sacrifice on h5 if you play f5. h5.
So yeah, that's too bad.
So you have to go queen d6. In that moment it looked yes, bishop d6 also okay. Bishop d6. That was his idea, to trade this d5, bishop d7 and c4.
Okay, white is I guess okay, maybe not winning, but very, very close to it here.
Very close, yes.
It's very hard to play for back. It doesn't matter, I was just making some of it.
Your queen e5 is okay. This is a very good square for your queen. Black square.
Okay, but this
Cannot
is not,
chase you,
this is not forever square.
Yes, of course. This is not forever. This is not stable. Square can chase with the knight, this queen, sometimes.
Okay, I think he was playing okay, rook c3.
Rook c3 is okay.
Looks logical, okay.
Looks logical. This rook is doing nothing here. So
Okay,
this is going
he's
against
just-
your king.
Yes, he's just waiting, so okay.
Yeah, rook h8,
Rook h3, 6.
rook h3, rook h3, f6.
I don't know, here I was expecting what he did actually move one move later, this queen h6.
Yes, queen
and
f6,
knight
yes.
f4.
We were analyzing this a little bit. So queen f4.
Okay, queen h6, okay, we don't analyze. I think white is just winning there, okay.
You
I
think
don't-
that white is just winning?
Yeah, okay, I don't know what happened to him. Why
You
he
say
chose-
king f7, knight f4? Probably?
Yeah, okay, let's see.
Hmm?
Okay, let's see.
You agree?
Okay, g5, any move, knight e6, let's see.
G5 and the knight e6.
Okay, one of the moves. I mean,
One.
maybe first check on h5 and then knight e6. Okay, it's so
Aha,
it's
then,
so
then, you are
horrible.
then you are obliged
So
to take,
horrible.
of course.
But anyway, I'm obliged to take. If I go knight e6,
Yes.
okay, what to do? If
Yes,
I go rook
but-
g8, he go rook e3. Oh no, first queen h5 mate already.
Yes, of course.
But okay, if I'm taking, it's just a matter of time, I think, for white.
Yes.
But here, maybe I'm not sure that they even can take. So I don't know actually what happened. I think it's just easy win. So it's very direct.
So, what happens after the queen exchange? Of course, white is better in the end game, but not. This is not so anymore so dangerous for you as it
Okay,
was
but
with the
b5,
queen.
I decided to have some bluff finally because I didn't understand why he didn't finish the game with queen h6, and I thought, okay, maybe b5 is just some random choice to continue because, okay, taking it's a torture for long moves.
Yes.
But I was already prepared to resign quickly, so for me, so I had nothing to lose after b5, let's say.
Okay, b5, looking for counterplay, allowing this queen h6
Okay, he
check,
repeated this idea, okay, but now
king
after
f7,
rook g8, okay, he needed to calculate
Knight
a
f8.
little bit here.
to rook d8. So, is there something forced for white here?
Well, I don't know
He,
because
he obviously went astray.
well, he gave me extra temper. With this extra temper, I'm eating some pawns. So okay, that's my only chance.
Yes, of course.
And okay, if he wants to mate, okay, knight e6 looks logical, or rook e3 at some moment. Okay, it's like the most logical mating ideas. But okay, during the game, I didn't see where I was losing. But okay, maybe computer
Can say something
yes,
more.
yes, sure.
Yes, but we don't analyze with computer here.
Okay. No, but actually, okay, I was just like making some of them. I wasn't calculating so much because, okay, it's obviously the only chance to go
Yes.
b5, b takes c4 because, okay, otherwise I have no more. So.
Yes. You are obliged to play only moves, and it's,
Yeah,
it's
so
to him.
for me it
It's
was
up to him to
it's,
calculate.
It's absolutely, it's up to him. Yes. Okay. If he's able to find, okay, good.
Yes, of course.
So,
So, knight e6,
take on
b takes c4, yes. Rook a3 goes on the other side.
Okay, now I have to take on e4 because otherwise
course.
rook takes e7 just
Yes, of course.
again the easy move.
But what to do with white now? Because after rook takes a7, you play just g takes a5, threatening mate, and the next move is bishop takes e6. You just eliminated all practically.
Well,
All
I'm not
dangers
sure g
around
takes
you
e5, queen h5 check, rook g6, knight f4.
Rook e7 now, instead of knight
Yeah.
g5. We were looking at this. What happens after this move?
Okay, if check on h5,
Check the rook g6.
rook, knight f4.
Aha, defense and attacks. Defense and attacks. So this was possible.
Okay, but no, that looks winning for white, no?
This looks winning for white. Yes, you're right.
Okay, I was,
Why he didn't play the rook takes a7?
well, I was playing to take on d5.
The queen takes d5. This is better.
Okay, maybe not better, so it's just against the only move. Okay.
Yes, against the only move. Again, the only move. Yes, queen takes d5.
Well, now I know. Now I don't know because okay, I have some options maybe here. Okay, I didn't see some easy win for white. Maybe it is something, but it should be not at least so obvious.
Yes, and then it's you have always a chance when it's not so obvious.
Yeah. some random checks.
Okay. So knight g5
Knight g5 anyway looks strange.
looks strange.
Yeah, I don't know what actually he means. I also thought rook a3, queen d5, rook e1 maybe. I also thought maybe interesting for him.
Aha, instead of knight g5, rook e3, yes.
Okay, but here he obviously, because I don't know, after this at least I have a forced draw, but I mean, what I did is even better maybe. Because okay, I take on
go a little bit down.
Take on g5.
Yes. Check.
Check.
King e8. Okay, this is everything logical.
Because queen e3, king h1, h takes g6 is just a forced draw if I want it, I think.
Here.
Yes, here. Because okay, I can show how because it looks beautiful. Okay, let's say I'm here.
Queen takes g6.
No, queen takes g6 I don't like because rook 8, bishop c8, queen h3.
Yes, of course.
Then it's quite
dangerous again.
Dangerous.
So.
I mean queen e3 check.
Queen e3 check. Sorry.
King h1.
Just a moment. King h1.
H takes g6. H takes g6. Because in this way I just wrapped his queen. And now he goes rook f8. I think it's the only move.
Rook f8.
Yeah, I think it's the only move.
If rook a8 check, bishop
okay,
c8 and
bishop
king
c8,
d7. And king d7. And
And
the queen is much stronger than two rooks in this position. C-pawn is going to queen. Yes.
But rook f8 is just a perpetual check.
Aha.
Okay, I have to take.
You have to
queen
take.
Takes g6 check.
Queen takes g6
And okay,
check.
rook f7 is just mate rook 8.
Yes.
So I need to go king d8, queen d6, or rook 8 doesn't matter, king d8, and it's just a perpetual check.
It's just a perpetual check, if you want.
Yes,
if you
for
want.
me it was quite strange. So at this moment I started to like my position finally. I thought, okay, at least I have some perpetual.
Okay, after 30 moves you start to...
Yes. But he was playing really strangely that part of game. So. And okay, check, bishop c8, queen g5, king d8. Okay, here I didn't see so much for him.
Yes, bishop c8, queen takes g5,
king
d8.
Because in some sense his queen is out of, he can't move his queen to somewhere to b or f.
Yes, to the other,
and okay, I have the h
other part of the board.
I always have some ideas, queen d4 or check on something.
This is the only try, I think, d6.
But I think there are not so much right here. So.
Yeah. Rook f2, queen d1 check, rook f1, double, not triple, double repetition because of side knot probably.
Yes.
Of course, time trouble, yes, queen d1, rook f1, queen takes d6, h3, but the rest is just an agony. Queen d4, king g1, rook f8.
Okay, he was only hoping for rook h3, g3, queen h4, queen g2.
Yes, of course.
Not so hard to see.
And queen g3, rook h8, yes. This was a kind of revenge for that famous game 2 years ago when you lost a completely winning position in one move. Against him it was decided the tournament. That's neither of Sicilian, you remember? That's some move, queen takes a8, something like that. This was practically a kind of revenge for that.
Well, but anyway, it doesn't look like any sort of revenge. And last year, okay, I was in the first black game. I was having very bad position, static bad position. I was just lucky to make a draw. I mean, with him we're playing strange games without any logic. I mean, I had two bad positions and I scored 1.5, and I had one totally winning and I lost it. So far, okay, I can't say that it's kind of revenge or not, but I mean, we just, it's like it doesn't have any logic in what we're doing. So.
Without a single logical end of the game.
I mean, okay, white is dominating and then something happening. So. Okay.
I have a question, final question. Do you remember when we met first time?
No.
You were 17 or 18 years old. It was a big blitz tournament in München. You remember?
Yes.
Yes. Kasparov was there also.
Okay, but I didn't
in every round.
I think.
No. Yes, you didn't qualify, but it was first qualifying tournament. We played the two games
each.
Yes, 2 games each in each round. 2 games played. First round, we were waiting for the beginning. In one moment, I was obliged to go to the toilet. I couldn't find the toilet, so I lost, let's say, 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I came back and I saw that the tournament began. And my opponent was a 17 years old guy. That was you, actually.
Okay.
And I saw that my clock was already working, and I was left with 2.5 minutes in my clock. So I asked myself what to do now. Should I protest and say to the arbiter to go back with the time, to start with 5 minutes each? I said, okay, doesn't matter, and start to play. You with 5 minutes made 2.5 minutes. You were white, I was black.
Okay.
And quite surprisingly, I won the game. Then we start the second one. Now we have 5-5, I was black, and I lost the game. So that was our first, I first met you. And you don't remember this?
Of course not. Sorry to tell you that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you remember now that you were there on the tournament? Did you play this tournament?
I can't
I didn't qualify neither.
I can't remember any single opponent with whom I was playing there. I just remember the place, and I remember that I was playing qualification. I was playing badly, and I didn't qualify. Okay, and that's it. And probably my memory decided to erase the tournament from my mind.
That's why. Okay, that's right.
Okay, maybe some other reason also.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Good luck.